Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 13th to the 19th. This is for Pisces and Pisces rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional culture cross spread. I also use astrology in my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Pisces, I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Pisces, this is a big week, okay? This is a really big week. Now, if you saw last week's reading, well, this is a big week, and I'm gonna tell you the two reasons why. And it's a very interesting week too, but it's almost like there's a reset this week, all right? So, but the main thing is, if you saw last week's reading, you know that on November 11th, heading into the week, we did have the Mars-Uranus opposition, okay? Now, I know I dropped these readings a little bit early, so if you're watching this on Wednesday when I drop the reading, it may become, it's like you've got to, it's coming, all right? It's coming. But why I'm bringing that up is because we kick off this week, November 13th, with the new moon in Scorpio. That's right. We have a new moon in Scorpio, and we'll talk about that. But on the same day, the sun is going to oppose Uranus. So you see that we have the sun and Mars opposing Uranus really tight. So it is a challenging time, okay? It's going to be a little bit challenging, but it depends on how you handle it. Here's the thing. It can be testing. I've been explaining, the analogy I've been making is like you're trying to open a jar of pickles, okay? It's the hardest one you've ever tried to open, and it's just like, what's going on? I can't open it. And then pop, you finally open it. But instead, it is a jar full of Skittles. And you're just like, what? And that's because this is Uranus we're talking about. Uranus is all about surprises and the unexpected. And these are really they're not fun aspects. Let's keep it that way. So the biggest energy that has come up for me before I did your reading, because I always do like a little, meditation before every reading. And the biggest one is it may be you, all right? It may be you, and not in a bad way, but in a way where you, because Uranus is in Taurus, and that is your third house, and that rules communication, okay? So there could be something that you do say, or may even think that it comes out of nowhere, but there could be something that really inspires that, right? But it is something that is going to happen at the same time as this new moon in Scorpio. So with that new moon in Scorpio being in your ninth house, there's many different things that could happen here. The first thing is that it could be something travel related because, as I explained in your last spread, which was one of my favorite, I loved your spread. I just couldn't believe it last week. But one thing that I explained is the third house and the ninth house, they're the only two houses that really have travel in it. So there could be something travel related. If not travel, like physical travel, it could be just working with people in different countries, overseas or whatnot. But it can even do with like maybe if you are seeing someone that lives a little bit, like I don't know, in Harlem, right? And you live in I don't know where, Brooklyn. I mean, that's a commute, that's travel, that's like an hour on the subway. But in any case, there is something like travel related that could be possible, something unexpected around that area. It could also be something that is regarding like your siblings, aunts, cousins, uncles. Those are all part of the third house, so keep that in mind. But the main thing is communication. There could be something you're thinking about or communicating. Now, the ninth house also rules spirituality, so we have a lot of intensity in Scorpio at this time, and that is your ninth house. So spirituality, your belief system. Remember, Saturn also went direct. Saturn is in your sign for the next 2 years, give or take 2 years. Okay, so this is you. You're really, there is a sense of empowerment. There's a sense of like responsibilities. I feel like you will like Saturn being direct finally. Okay. Especially because we didn't really get to feel it yet. Saturn went into your sign earlier this year. It was there for a hot second. Then it went retrograde the entire year. And so Saturn is at that point where, he's out of bed, he's in the kitchen making coffee, but he hasn't had the coffee yet. But you're going to start feeling it soon. And Saturn is, all about responsibilities. It's a taskmaster planet, but karmic energy with Saturn. But I feel like you will really, really enjoy it. Okay. But just embrace the fact that your life is about to change. All right. And there's a lot of new ways that you are thinking, and you may be taking on like new philosophies, and you may be seeing things in a different way. You may be even starting some education program, maybe going back to school, learning something new, or it could be you being a teacher, you teaching people. Okay, it doesn't have to be a literal like teacher role in a school, but educating people in some way, shape, or form. But keep that in mind. So that is happening around this new moon in Scorpio. So it is a new cycle, and that's what I want you to take away from this, is that this new moons in Scorpio are always a little bit intense, right? So it's I personally like new moons in Scorpio. It's not that the moon is in its fall in Scorpio. The moon is very feminine. Scorpio. Mars is the traditional ruler. Pluto's the modern ruler. It's a little bit more masculine. So it really depends on how you perceive it and how you embrace it. I would assume Scorpio is your BFF, right? Fellow water sign. But at the same time, know that this new moon in Scorpio has a longer shelf life. You'll feel the energies of this new moon in Scorpio longer. It's kicking off a new cycle, right? Than the Uranus oppositions, which have a shorter shelf life. So it just may be like a challenging kickoff to the week. Mars is just really not, like I said, he's angry. He, just got, dumped, right? Just 20 seconds before a dodgeball game. You do not want to be around Mars at this time. But it's just for a little bit, okay? Because there's going to be something that happens at the end of the week that is amazing, and that's when Mars becomes the hero. And so but before we even get there, on the 15th, Mercury will sextile Venus. I think you're gonna love this. I think you're gonna really appreciate this. This is just a beautiful aspect. Mercury and Venus are our fastest moving planet, so you may feel it for like just a hot second, but it's a nice relief from all that opposition that we've been having. And as we know, Venus did move into Libra, which is very unique, okay, for you especially, because that is your 8th house. All right. So 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. So you have a lot of Scorpio energy happening around this time. And so 8th house is all about transformation. It cycles. And this new moon in Scorpio is just the kickoff of a new cycle in your life. And definitely something travel related could be happening as well. Now, on the 17th, Mars and the Sun will trine Neptune. So this is amazing. This is one of the best days of the month, actually. And this is Mars. Finally, like we love this. We love this. We love the Mars energy now. Mars has cooled off. He's like left the dodgeball game, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna just now, I'm good. I'm in a good place. So Mars and the Sun are trining Neptune. Again, Neptune is in your sign. Pisces, there's so much happening for you. There's so much happening for you. So this is just, as a collective, this is, just wild, creativity and your imagination. And, it's Neptune is still retrograde in Pisces in your sign. So, which is, it's nice. It's giving you this time to really connect spiritually. But on this day, and there's a lot of that energy going around, especially with this activity in Scorpio, by the way, for you particularly. But on the same day, on the 17th, not only is Mars and the Sun trining Neptune, but the Sun will conjunct Mars. This is a really big day, okay? This is a Cazimi. We haven't had a Mars Cazimi in so long, and so it is this sense of like rebirth. It's this renewal. It's, you know, Kazemi is when the, you know, planet is essentially, you know, in the heart of the sun. So when we talk about alignments here, when we talk about like the energies that these planets are going, like this is a big one. All right. I want you to know this is a really big one. And you could just really feel so driven now in regard to, because again, remember Sun and Mars are in Scorpio at this time still. So that is your ninth house. So it's spirituality, which is a big thing for you happening right now, especially with Saturn going direct in your sign, especially the fact that you do rule, you know, the 12th house. And, you know, there's so much happening for you. And I love this for you. There's this sense of liberation, that energy that's coming up with you for this date. But I think that you're just going to love this day, and I want you to utilize it. You know, Mars is all about action, so it's taking action. And again, this is a day where you just may have some really, really, you know, impressing yourself type of like ideas. Like, I can't believe I just thought of that, you know, and running with it. So again, you see that it's an interesting week because it starts off with a new moon in Scorpio, which is great, but it has challenging aspects around it. But toward the end of the week, around the 17th, that's when things just get really, really nice. And, you know, the moon does move into Capricorn over the weekend as well. That is your 11th house, Pisces. That is, and the 11th house is your hopes and wishes. So it's almost like when I say you're absolutely driven, the moon in Capricorn is just like, just getting serious. You're here to play. You're here to play. So I do like this for you. And with that said, Pisces, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for the week of November 13th to the 19th. Again, this is for Pisces and Pisces rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you are absolutely welcome to. I would definitely recommend both this week. I mean, especially with the moon, because we do have a new moon, if you know your birth chart, of course. And Venus, yeah, because Venus is in Libra, and it's so nice. And you could just feel that like your charm factor is cranked up. But again, remember, it is your 8th house. So that's a big deal here. Money matters is going to be a big deal too. Okay. And you know, as we move into Sagittarius season, another, you know, a lot of focus on career and money. So with that said, let's get started. Pisces, let's see what's going on for you for November 13th to the 19th. Now, Pisces, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, actually, I will pull clarifiers for this spread. And hold on, let me move these over so you can see them. You'll see my dog has joined me today. We have just come back from a WALK, so she is passed out. We do not want to wake her up. So I'm going to maneuver this so you can see the entire spread here. Pisces, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, but all I can say is that you're good. You're good. Wow, you're good. And it's almost like looking at this, like, you know it. You know it. It's like you're moving into, it's almost like the wheels have been put in motion. And again, your spread last week, just thinking about what happened there and looking here, if you remember, then you know that this is a big sign what's happening here. Let's get started. You got the 6 of Wands. There you go. I mean, when I say you're good, you're good. This is absolutely amazing. This is a card of victory. It's a card of success. It's a card of, you know, even like being recognized for, you know, almost like being seen, being heard. I really like that energy for you. But there is this element of just rising above now. Okay. It's going to happen. For a lot of y'all, again, it's almost like you know that you're moving into this new place in your life. Like things are feeling a lot better than they were. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Saturn did go direct November 1st. I feel like that's, you know, Saturn is a malefic planet, but it was just so hard with Saturn retrograde. with all these other planets retrograde. So I think that you will really appreciate it because Saturn is in your sign for the next few years. But I mean, when I say rising above this card, I mean, it's all about, it is eminence. Okay. And so if you even take the word eminence to its etymological root, it's eminere, to rise above. I mean, this is really, really great. I love this for you. Brings us straight to boom, judgment in the heart of your spread. When I said earlier, there's so much spirituality that's happening for you. Okay. There's your affirmation, judgment in the heart of your spread. It and spirituality, I want you to, I know it means so many different things to so many different people. So however it resonates with you, but with this card, it is Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet. Okay. You see the dead arising. The dead are gray in tarot's wisdom. But that's how significant this is, because with this card, it's almost like you having this, spiritual awakening this week. Okay. And it's, if and I say that strongly because, again, as I mentioned, there's so much happening for you spiritually, especially with this new moon and all this activity with Sun and Mars and Scorpio in your 9th house of spirituality this week. So again, this is just, there you go. Hello, universe. This is amazing. It's almost like there is a sense of like empowerment energy that's coming through. That is a lot of self-love too. This is a huge wake-up call, by the way. You see the dead, like I said, they are arising, and it's the archangel blowing the trumpet. What is that? That's sound. What is sound? Sound is healing. What else is sound? It's vibration. So this is raising your frequency. I, again, love this for you. So it seems like you're having some, big moment this week where you just see things and you're just like, I get it. I know what I want. I got to go. I'm going for it. I know who I am. It's like this sense of purpose that's coming through, as well as like, with this card, with the dead arising, like they're awake now. They're seeking this meaningful life experience. This is absolutely amazing. A lot of awareness in this spread. Now, you do have the 2 of Pentacles in your challenge area. I'm not even getting a strong energy of this being like, watch out. But it's more like, there's still something that you may want to decide between. And I'm not asking you to like drop anything or to, it really is like, you could find yourself just taking on a little bit much this week. Again, all this Scorpio energy is really intense. And so that could be happening. Saturn going direct. Again, that's responsibilities. So, but it's like, you still have your eyes on the prize, but there could be just a little bit of like managing things in a way where it just makes your life easier. Again, like a little bit more like balance, having a firmer grip on the things that you really, really are passionate about, and knowing what that grip is, really, really feeling it. Here's the thing. You did get the Ace of Wands in your crown. Okay. So really love that for you. You got the Ace of Wands in your crown with the Page of Swords in the root of your spread. There is a sense of you wanting something new. It's so clear as day. Even with the Judgment card in the heart of your spread, right before the World, which is the last card in the major arcana. So it's like you having this huge moment of clarity this week. Also, just this moment of enlightenment is a big thing. I think this new moon really will illuminate a lot for you. Even the Kazemi, the Mercury Kazemi that we have at the end of the week, it's just absolutely bonkers. But the Page of Swords, there's just a sense of movement with the Page of Swords in terms of the way that you, again, it's all mental with the swords being the mental suit, just ready to get going, like an enthusiasm to just get going with this newfound you. It's almost like a new you that comes with this Kazemi as well. Now, with the Ace of Wands is also aces, they usher in the most new change in the minor arcanas, and wands are all about your passions. But if you are here for career, if you are here for work, that too, it's going to be a big thing for you as we move into Sagittarius season. But wands are, like that as well. You can see the seeds coming out of the wands, or the leaves coming out of the wand. So it is like planting seeds now, planting seeds. But there is a sense of this week, there is something that you want something new for sure. And it looks like you are possibly going to get it. Like, I wouldn't even say possibly. The fact that last week, if you didn't see last week's reading, you had the star in your external factors area. Now it's come in your main spread, in your future, the star, your hopes and wishes, everything aligning for you. Like this, this is a lot of healing that comes with this card. There's a lot of wisdom that comes with this card. There's a lot of clarity. There's a lot of just like, you do see the stars aligning. Now it's 7 outer stars representing your chakras. So again, a spiritual element to this card, but there's a sense of growth as well. You're good. You're really good, because what comes before the star? The tower. What did you have in your spread last week? You had the tower in the heart of your spread, and now you have the star in your future. You're good. You're really, really good here. Pisces, I don't even know what to say. So let's, you're really good. Actually, and if you think about it, the star is Aquarius, all right? So that is your 12th house. And you are, like I said, the native ruler of the 12th house. And so it's almost like you're moving into, everything is, there's a big change that's happening for you this week. A lot of it's going to be you. A lot of it's going to be you just having all these spiritual downloads, feeling a lot more intuitive, feeling, in your element, and even having, again, like I said, like a wake up call, or like a reckoning, or like an awakening. But it's all leading to exactly what you want. And it's making, and again, that empowerment energy is really big here. You even see all the stars are 8-pointed, referencing the strength card, with card 8. So you're good. You're good. I mean, clarifies. You're good. you got the Page of Cups. So something new, and it's Page of Cups, by the way, very Piscean energy here. All right. This is just, I can't even. So when I say you're becoming more into, like, in your element, like it's that empowerment, like just confident. I love this for you. And the Page of Cups is someone who is, who, by the way, one of the most intuitive page. Pisces, you are very intuitive, but this is just you following your bliss. That's all the Page of Cups wants to do. You see him with a cup, and you even see, the fish popping out of the cup there. That's your symbol, but even still, a lot of creativity here, which I said is a big thing that's happening for you now over this weekend with, the Neptune, the Mars and Sun trining Neptune. But any case, this is new energy. Again, something like emotionally fulfilling, but where it's like, where you are, it's like you following your bliss at this point. You're good. You're good. Pisces, let's get to your stuff. Pisces, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Tell me what's happening. I want to know what happens for Pisces. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't be here without you. So thanks. And my dog here, I think I just accidentally woke her up. Pisces, you're good. Wow. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this. You got the Knight of Swords. Right with the Page of Swords too. So there is just like, you're ready. You're ready to move forward. When I talked about that empowerment energy, it's just you being in your element. it cannot feel any stronger here, especially with the Knight of Swords, who, as you can see, is going into the storm, and he's so bold and he's so courageous, and he's nothing's gonna stop him. Nothing's gonna stop him. And this, the swords are the mental suit, so really like that for you. For some of y'all, there it could be. A lot of y'all, if there may be some family energy or home energy, because the Knight of Swords is Gemini, and we do have a full moon in Gemini at the end of the month, and that is your fourth house. So your domestic sector, home, family, children, your parents, or even your significant other or whatnot, but there could be some movement now, okay, because swords are the mental suit, so movement in terms of ways that you're thinking about any matters relating to that when it comes to home. But you also got the Chariot, which is very interesting. So again, you just rocking and rolling, okay, Pisces. This is like, I can't even. This is really great. The Chariot came in your external factors area, okay, and this is just someone who has. He's just going. He's going. He's moving forward. He's leaving any challenges behind. He's learning as he grows too. Remember, all this new moon in. Well, there's it's so. Jupiter and Taurus in your third house, communication, but it's also like learning things and, researching and whatnot. But, the ninth house is, again, like there's a lot of education there and learning as well. But he's learns a lot as he goes. Okay. You can even see in his hand, he doesn't even have any reins, right? He's got the magician's baton from card one. You can see the slivers of the moon on his shoulders from the High Priestess, the second card. There's like everything, like even here, you see the lingam and the yoni from the Lover's card, card 6. So it's like through your journey, it's like there is a sense of like you're learning a lot. You're learning a lot as you grow. And again, there's all that like spiritual growth here, and that, even personal growth, which is kind of like merged here. But I absolutely love this for you. It's like you're learning to master all those dualities in your life, okay? This is really, really nice. You also got the 10 of Wands. Where it falls in your spread, I like it. It's, 10, first of all, is the end. And so 1-0 equals 1, new beginning. So there is a sense of you just ready to not have any burdens, not, if you've been feeling any sort of burnout energy, it's like, it's all coming to an end as long as you continue to move forward and not get stuck in that energy. But it's like there's this commitment that you have to this new thing that you want. I mean, it's really great. There's really nothing here that is like red flag. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have a great spread. You also got the Hierophant and your final outcome. And this is really, really, really good. When I talk about that spiritual energy, I mean, he is a connector between, right, the divine and our physical realm. You have no idea this is really big. Remember what I said, gray in tarot's wisdom. He sits between the two gray columns here. This is in your final outcome. The Hierophant, he's got the keys. He's wearing a triple crown. I mean, this is, and you can see, by the way, the two monks, right? This is actually the first card in the major arcanas where other people appear other than the main figure. Like, this is you really like when I say empowerment. When I say you, like, being a big, teacher, educator, people listening to you, you being seen, you being heard, that's you right there. You're good. You're good. And remember, a lot of spiritual energy with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is also Taurus, which there is a sense of like structure that comes with the Hierophant. Same with like Taurus, but the sense of like structure in your life, having a little bit more structure. There's a sense of like organization that it comes here as well. Like groups and associations as well, if that's a matter for you. But you're you're really good. I mean, it's like I said, it's like you're starting to have more emphasis on being seen, being heard, having your own spiritual awakening on your journey, on your path to enlightenment, and like nothing stopping you. And there's always, okay, so I'm pulling more clarifiers here. Um, when I say you're good, you are absolutely good. You did get the Five of Cups, but then you got the Ten of Pentacles. So there is a sense of just don't go back to you. Everything in your reading is all about your growth, right? And all about you, you know, moving into this everything that you want, like the stars aligning for you. All this new this, the Chariot moving forward, the Knight of Swords moving forward, everything's moving forward now, right? So this is just saying there is a point where you could miss something. You could have this moment where it's uh, you could want things the way they were from the past, but no, you're moving forward, okay? Because here's the thing. You see that he's looking at all the spilled cups. He can't even see that there are two full cups behind him. So all he's got to do is look up. All he's got to do is pick up those cups. Walk away. Walk away. I say it all the time, you know, the past and history are two separate things, right? You want to make your past history now. Uh, because when you do, you're golden. You just got the Ten of Pentacles, and your final outcome with the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles is remember that I said you're about to move into, you know, there may be a lot more attention around family, home, and matters, your, you know, domestic sector around that full moon in Gemini that's coming up, but there's going to be a lot of attention around your career when we head into Sagittarius season, and that is going to be a really big thing. It's going to be an absolutely big thing. But you know, the Ten of Pentacles here, you see that it's raining pentacles in the form of the Tree of Life. It is this is, I say, it's the you made it card. It's your kingdom come. Look how, and speaking of comfort, look how comfortable they are. I mean, look how big the harvest is. Look how big their castle is. Look how happy. I mean, it's just, you know, even 3 generations of family at play here. You see the old man with a couple, and, you know, the little child in the corner here. He's holding the tail of the dog, and then he's petting the dog. So it is this cycle, and this new moon in Scorpio kicks off this cycle. But you're going to be, in the end, like, absolutely fine. You're and you know, one, because there's so much like spirituality energy here, spiritual energy, your, you know, higher self, being in touch with that, right? The super conscious, if you will, as well. But one thing I'm going to point out for you that is really significant about this card is that you see the checkered wall in the back. And so every detail in tarot is obviously very significant. But the only reason I'm pointing this out to you is because of your spread here. Now, that really indicates like it's almost like you're moving into this next dimension too. Like, it's like when I say your life, this is a big card here. This is a really big card. A lot of comfort, stability, success, but ascending in this whole other, like, in a ways that you won't even understand, but it's just like you will when you get there. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. You're really, you're good. You're good. Just don't look back. Just there may be a point where, you know, you do become this big influential voice or leader, or people start seeing you more and hearing you more. And there may be like a transition to that. But you could have this moment where you're like, oh, I missed this, or something could happen where it's like, oops, that's, you know, wasn't like fun. But at the same time, it's as long as you can avoid longing for something that probably isn't even, that's, you know, lived its shelf life, then you're fine, because you have this auspicious like outcome for you with the star in your future, the Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Page of Cups, and also a lot of new things happening for you. But Pisces, you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. More power to you. More power to you. That's all I can say. This is really great, especially coming after your last reading. It's like, again, you're in it to win it. Like, you're playing. You're in it to win it. I love this, Pisces. You're amazing. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And next week we do head into Sagittarius season, so things are starting to get real with, again, that's your 10th house. So that's career, public recognition, honors, achievements, fame even. And so a lot of activity there, because it's not just Sagittarius season. We have Mercury in Sagittarius. We have Mars moving into Sagittarius. It's a lot of energy in Sagittarius in your 10th house. So we'll talk about that more. Thanks so much, Pisces. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.